Welcome back to my craft room. It's Jill with Angel Creations, and today I thought I would make this a little, it's a beaded garland, but it's not gonna be using any beads. So earlier, let me just say, earlier I made a little craft over on my Facebook page, Angel Creations. So if you're not familiar with that, just go to your Facebook search and type in ANJILL Creations, Angel Creations, and find me up over there and find me. We have a lot of fun over there too. And we just made this box over there, and this is this is a beaded garland. Can you see the beads? And it just, I have it glued right here because I want it to sit like that, but it's just on string and it's just stuck in under my plants here. But I want it, that's what a beaded garland is, and I have them all over my house. So I thought, when I saw these at the Dollar Tree, they're just called moss balls, and if you're familiar with my channel, welcome back, and if you're not, welcome. And if you like what you see, I hope you consider hitting the subscribe button. And if you hit the subscribe button, then there'll be a bell. And if you go ahead and hit that bell, then you won't miss anything I'm doing over here, because YouTube will notify you every time I put up a new video. So, but if you do follow my Dollar Tree hauls, you'll see that I hauled these moss balls, and they're almost like just perfectly round balls of moss. Can you see? And I don't even know what's inside. I don't know what they're made of. I don't know. But anyways, I've seen these round balls, and all I have thought is I want to make a beaded garland with that. How cute would that be draped over a, oh my gosh, there's so many places in my house right now. I'm going to take some pictures when I'm done with this so you can see how I use it. But I just thought it would look like kind of like a living beaded, it's a tassel. Anyway, so ever since I have hauled these, I have wanted to make a beaded tassel, I don't know what we're calling it. But anyways, do you remember also I hauled these? They're not in the packages anymore, but I did haul those too. So it's natural elements, you know. I was going to paint ping pong balls too, to make them wood look, so that it would be the three, but I didn't like that look at all. It just looked, to me, they just looked like painted ping pong balls, so I'm skipping the ping pong balls altogether. Now, this is where it gets tricky, because so I love this wire jute from Dollar Tree. And I knew that if I tried to stick this into whatever this is made of, I was going to push back the jute and just have a bare wire. So I went ahead and taped the ends of this with just a regular painter's tape from the Dollar Tree. And so I'm hoping, and so I did go ahead and push it through to make sure that it was going to work before I got on here and did this, okay? And the reason I wanted to use this versus a regular wire is because this is just the shiny, and this matches my decor more. But if this tends to give us too much trouble, I have this for backup. And the only place you're going to see this is through the grapevine, and you really won't even see it. But So I don't know if it's gonna, but I brought an ice pick. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to edit that out, huh? Anyways, I brought an ice pick to help me go through these moss balls, and I still don't know. When I went through it, I don't know if I pushed out this from the inside or if that was on the outside. I don't know. So I don't really know what this is made of yet. So before I go too far, let me untangle the wire a little bit. We're not going to probably use the whole wire, but I want it out, stretched out, so that, can you see what I'm doing? I hope everybody is well today on this Friday afternoon, the very last day of July. Over on my Facebook page, I went and did my last summer, oh, this is the front, my last summer craft. Isn't that cute? Can you see it? It's really cute. I think that came out really cute. And you know, I was going to put on, like, and I did this, the beaded garland. I have them all over my house. I think I'm repeating myself. I was going to put the red truck on this, but I think it clashes with the yellow and purple, so I decided to put the beaded garland on. But, alright, let's focus here. Focus, Jill. So, I'm going to alternate my moss balls and then a grapevine, I'll call it. So I want to push this down, and hopefully I'm going to be able to do what I want to do here. So I'm just going to push this through. Yeah. And now I should have pre-made all my holes, what I should have done. But now I have to take my ice pick. I'm going to go the shortest way. And I don't know what this is. I think it might be styrofoam inside. And try to push that right through the same place. Oh, my wire bent here. That's what I'm kind of afraid of. Alright, so where are you? Come through. Might have to stick this in. This might be too much. I don't know. Let's try it from this side. See, I thought this might be too tough. So funny. I took my ice pick and wire out, and I can't even find where I went in. Oh, here it is, maybe. It is going to give us a little trouble, but I really believe that we can get this through here. And as soon as I get it through, I can... I can't talk and concentrate. Is that awful? I'm so sorry. I'm going to skip this fat wire. It's just not working out. It's too thick. And we're gonna skip to the thinner wire. Oh well, it'll be fine. Or as anybody on here watch Lizzie and Aaron? I love Lizzie and Aaron. Her little boy, Finn, says pine, pine, everything's pine. So I think a lot of kids say pine. I think it's cute. Alright, let's get some wire here. Of course, I probably took from the back instead of the front. I'm going to get a good amount of wire. I'm probably not going to use all this wire. Whoopsie! Something just went flying. You guys probably saw what it was, but I didn't. So hopefully we don't need it. Alright, so I'm going to take my wire, I'm going to stretch, I'm going to like make it straight instead of curly, because it's soft wire too. This is probably not the best wire to be using with this either, but let's see if we can go right through. Can we just go through it anywhere, or do we have to use our... Alright, so it bent a little, curved a little, but it's through, so I'm going to go with it. And then put this through here. Put it through anywhere. Alright, and then we'll try this again. Now see how that works. Cool. See how it's working? Alright, stretch that out a little. Take my grapevine thing. So I was asking how everybody's doing, and I hope everybody's doing well. I'm here, doing pretty good, trying to stay home, not liking it at all. Pretty darn sick of it, to be honest with you. Wish they'd figure out what's going on and how to stop it. But until then, I guess I'm just gonna have to play the game of being careful forever. I don't know. Feels like forever, doesn't it? We're all sick of it, I know. But some states are now getting back on their feet. My state. Anyways, we're not going to talk about politics here. I keep saying that. Alright, so let's see here. Another one of these. This is a mess. Can you see my table? But this is working pretty good. I'm not really sure, like I said, what is made inside of these moss balls. Now, my wire tends to just want to take a piece of, like, it wants to go in and just take a little piece of my ball. So I try to make sure it's really straight, at least the thickness of the ball, and I hope it don't bend when I push it on. Does that make any sense? And then these are easy because you can kind of see where to go on these. So those are easy. Even though for a minute you keep bumping into the wicker part of that, but it is possible. See? It just got a little bit of the side. It's on there plenty though. It's on there plenty, so. But it does bend once I put it in there. So look, this is what I have. Now this is going to be a beaded garland tassel in my home, but it could be a Christmas. I mean, I could change this up for all the holidays. I can add things to this for Christmas, you know. I could put some cinnamon sticks between here and raffia and endless. So it's a big one. It's going to have to go in a big place, but it's going to be adorable. I think this would be really cute. You know, if you follow my channel, you know that I have a gazebo out back, and I call it my happy place. This might even go out there, but I just had to make it. When I saw those perfectly cute little tiny, not tiny, but the perfectly round balls of moss, I just knew what I wanted to do with it. So, alright, well this is almost done. I just have a couple more to put on here, and then we'll start working on the tassel at the other end. And I'm going to be just using, ooh, I'm stuck over here. You know what would even be cute is if you do like 3 in a row of the moss and 1 of these in between. That would even be cute, wouldn't it? You do a wreath. Look at the cute things we could do with this. I love it. Alright, now finish this up and then we'll make a tassel. This one is wound up really tight. There's not a lot of big holes to go through on this one. Alright, so here's our garland tassel. Beaded garland, only not beads. So I'm just going to twist this at the top right now because I don't know how I'm going to fix that. I just don't want them falling off. And I want this kind of tight because I don't want my wires showing in between. Now, if this had been on my jute, then I would not have minded that it showed. But I just couldn't finagle that. So, it doesn't have to be so tight that you can't bend it, but I do want it to be tight. So, I'm going to put kind of a stop right here, a loop at the bottom where I'm going to hang my little tassel anyway, and this won't be shown. So I'm just making a little loop like the size of my thumb down here at the bottom. And I'm just going to get my little snips here. Snip it off, and I'm taking my needle nose, but I'm just sticking that wire back into my ball. You don't have to do that. I just don't want to get stuck with it. So let me show you up close what I have down here. Just a little, just twisted it around the neck, and I have a little hanging. Up here I just have it holding. I don't know what I'm going to do up top there yet. Not sure yet. So, now that I have my bottom, I'm going to take my 4 fingers. You could even go through your thumb and knuckle forehand if you want your tassels longer, but I'm just going to take a sip of my drink because my lips are sticking together. So I'm just going to wrap this around and around my fingers. Okay, I'm just going to hold that there, and I'm just going to wrap this around. And I'm doing it loosely. I don't want it tight because I have to get my fingers out of here. And I'm going to probably do it 50 times. I want a nice big tassel because I have big beads on it. Whoopsie, missed a finger. And it tends to get tight, so I stretch my hands out a little just so that I can get them out of there. I love these beaded tassels. If you go to Hobby Lobby, you can't go down an aisle without seeing some kind of beaded garland. So that ought to do. And I'm not sure if it is a farm kind of thing or if it is, I mean, is that just farmhouse or what is the deal with the beads? I don't know, but I just love them. And then I'm just going to tie it. Tie my loop of string here. I'm going to just tie it. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm just using the beginning string and the end string that I started with to tie my little circle full of, one more time, I had to knot things a couple times. Now I am just going to put my scissors in here and cut this loop. Like that. So you kind of have a little mustache there. Oh, that's a pretty cool. If I had to wear a mustache, I think I would look good in a long one. Shaggy one. Alright, I'm just going to cut this off because it's driving me crazy. Alright, now we're going to bend this in half and tie more around, kind of give it like a ponytail. Put a piece of jute there beforehand. How about that? Okay, so it's like this. And then we're just gonna, can you see what I'm doing? I'm gonna just tie more jute around here, around and around and around a few times. And hold it with my thumb, and I'm just gonna go around and around and around like that. Trying not to get my hanger in there. Alright, let's trim that. And then where I started and I was holding my thumb on it, I'm going to tie that beginning, if I didn't just lose it. I'm going to tie that beginning to this end. Just kind of how I end things. I'll do 2 knots. Whoops. Let me tie 2 knots. There we go. This one's going to be a flyaway. I'm just going to cut it off. So this is our tassel. Whoop. Got one here flying away. You can trim yours too. And it's curling right now because it was on this round. But once you have this in your home, it's going to drape down and fall out and be just an adorable little tassel. And now I'm going to just tie that onto my loop at the bottom. As simple as that. And then I'm going to wrap some more jute around this wire so that we can't see it. I don't want that wire showing. And I'm gonna, so I've tied this on and I'm gonna start covering this wire. Can you see what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna start covering that wire. We have our hot glue. Cover that wire. Like so. Just wrapping it around and around. Put a little dab of hot glue every once in a while so that it doesn't slide off. I'm going to add another little dot of hot glue. Has anybody else got these little moss balls at the Dollar Tree? You get 3 for $1. I love them. I'm going to use a little more jute now because that, what was left over from tying it on, was not, it wasn't enough. It would be enough to be skimpy, but I don't want it to be skimpy. I want it to be all covered nice and tight. I don't like anything skimpy. Does anybody else? Who likes skimpy, right? Not me. don't skimp on the, what's the word? Well, when I think about it, I'll say it, but I don't skimp on it now for something later. I can't think of the saying. Just gonna keep a-wrapping. I really like this wrap like this. Really adds to the little tassel. Makes it a little more grandiose. And I think I'm going to do something similar to this at the top, because I have that wire sticking out at the top of this that is not very becoming. Okay. Woo! Just burnt myself with the hot gun. Keepers. Not ready yet. Alright, I'm going to snip that and show you what we have here. Down here at our tassel. Let me fix it. Hold on. It's crooked. See? So cute. Alright, so far this is our thing, and we're going to make sure all of our beads are down the bottom here, and then I'm going to unwrap this, and I think I am going to attempt to wind some jute around this and glue it on. I don't know if that's going to work. It's probably going to be tedious. As a matter of fact, I think I will put some protection on my fingers. I don't know. Hey, did you ever see these? These are from the Dollar Tree. Everybody knows about these. But did you ever see these? They're in the nail section. And I don't know what you're supposed to do. I think they're supposed to cover or soak your nails off, or maybe after you, I don't know. I don't know what they're for. I forget. But they fit my thumb really good. And they're bigger than these. These sometimes tend to suffocate my, suffocate the tips. I can't feel anything and they suffocate me. Alright, so I'm just going to wipe this off where I'm working, because I don't want my glue gun to pick up all of that. Oh, sorry. I have lupus and I just moved my hip wrong. My joints don't like that. Okay, so here we go. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try. I'm just trying to straighten it out. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm going to try to put glue there. And there. And let's just try to do a little at a time. This might be a terrible idea, but we're going to try it, because that's what I love to do, is try new things. So we're going to just go for it. What do we have to lose? A lot. This isn't going to work. No, that's not going to work. Okay, so that's okay. So we're just going to make our hanger, and we're just going to make a little loop at this end too, and maybe I will put some ribbon at this end. I'm just going to go around. I'm going to go through this. I'm just going to go through this ball to make like a little handle. I'm going to go in and out the other side. You'd think this would be easy because it's hollow, but it really isn't because you bump into the walls. Alright, so we're going to put a little loop here. Probably actually, let's see some of the ribbon. Let me get my ribbon down. What do we have for, we could put through there right now? Something very neutral, like this. Something very, oh, here's one open. Very neutral, like this. I'm going to use this as my hanger. So what I'm going to do, though, is see this loop I have there? I'm going to put my ribbon through it and then tighten that down. You'll see. I'll show you. I'm going to put my ribbon through the hole here, like just like I'm threading a needle. Okay, and then I'm going to make sure all my beads are down to the tassel, and then I'm going to make sure they're all good and tight, but not so tight that it's bending, you know. Now I'm just going to pull, see if I can do this with you. I'm going to pull this wire tight, and I'm going to go back through like I'm sewing. This is really hard to teach, to show. But I want to go back up. Right back up here. Anywhere at this point. It's bending once it gets in there. But I don't like where my wire came out over here, so I want to have it back up like at least, let's see if I can grab it with the pliers. I can see it in there. And it doesn't have to go through that one, I just need it to go back through. I'm sorry, this is really taking a while here. Alright. There. Okay. I am going to see where this came out of my ball because it bent. I'm going to take that off my ball if I can, because it is not where I stuck in there now. I can't get it out, so I'm going to snip it. Why is that? Let's see. I don't know. Oh, here it comes. So we're back to the beginning, and I'm sorry, I apologize. If you're still with me, I'm going to give you a word for the giveaway here in a minute. Which is going to be on August 25th. So, let me take a sip. August 25th is going to be a giveaway. So now let's try this again, but I'm just going to go up through the surface here and not down so deep. Just trying to use this mostly as to anchor my ribbon. put our ribbon back through. Okay, there. Let me pull this wire tight and do it again. So kind of like a needle and thread. I'm really kind of just ending my wire that my project is on. Real superficial at the top. Can you see? Pushing it through and pulling it tight. Just to anchor my ribbon. I'm going to try it one more time. If it gives me a hard time, I'm going to stop. But I'm going to, because it's getting bunched up there, but I'm going to try one more time. 3 times the charm, and it worked. And then I'm just going to snip it. I'm going to actually put this one through here, kind of like I would if that was a knot, you know? Pull down that one and pull through this one. There. I don't know if you can see, but you get the idea. I know you do. So I'm just going to snip this off, and I'm going to shove a little piece of it down inside the ball. Get rid of it. Okay? And this is what I'm left with. Oh, it's a little taller than we wanted. This is a fail. But I've been on here 37 minutes already, so I'm going to go back and fix this because it needs to go all the way down to the bottom here. And I just went over and over and over and over it up here. So learn from my mistake. I just don't, I think I'm losing people at this point. It's been a long video. And that's what happens when I craft. I can't make them short for some reason. I thought, how quick could this be? Just string on your beads and make a tassel, right? How hard could that be? Hard? No, it's not hard. It's only hard when you're trying to do it in a certain time frame, and that's what's hard. And being conscient that it is taking a long time, I swear makes it worse because everything goes wrong. What you planned on working doesn't work, but I always come up with an idea or fix it somehow at the end. I think that there's never a fail. Sometimes I look at something and think that is not what I envisioned for sure. But I go back the next day or even just a week later and I create something amazing with the part that I had already started on at one point, and I wouldn't have seen that craft if I hadn't have done the failed craft first, and then that failed craft made me see something else that I could do with it. So, alright, I got these all pushed down now for the 100th time. I've told you guys that 100 times. So, I know you can see what I'm doing, or you might not be able to see what I'm doing, but you know what I'm doing because I just told you what I was doing. So, I'm just going to attach my ribbon down here. And I'm trying to keep these so that they're not going to go anywhere. Okay, so that's not working. Put my ribbon in place. And it's going to be fussy, not want to go through. Just keep jamming it. Eventually it'll come up. And you know what's the worst part? The worst part is I know there's probably a bunch of you on here saying, do this, do that. And I can't hear you or see comments. So, I know you're probably saying well, something else that would work or a different way to end this. A different way to end this, but I'm gonna try this one more time. And I'm sorry it's a long video. I'm really trying to practice getting a quicker craft, but I just don't know how to make quicker. You know what I'm gonna have to try is to, well, I don't know. How do you guys do it? You don't. It's because I am trying to do something that takes time and put it in a 30-minute window, and when you have something go wrong, alright, so that's my craft. We've got that around there a couple times, so I'm just gonna anchor this wire off like this. Wrapping it around, kind of like a Christmas ornament would be. I don't like working with wire because I have very sore fingers, but sometimes you have to. I'm just going to take this up like this and tie a cute little knot. I think this is so cool. It's just tied in a knot. It's hanging from our ribbon, and look at, it's got our tassel on the bottom. And I just think I love this. I love. This is one of my favorite things. I had a vision for it, and I just love it. So, yeah, there's a couple spaces, and what are you gonna do? But hey, I hope you loved this. I'm sorry it took so long. And the word for today is moss, okay? Just moss, M-O-S-S. Write the word moss in the comments below, and you are entered to be in my giveaway for the Dollar Tree box that I'm shipping out, and I'm going to be drawing a winner for that on August 23rd, so you're going to want to be here, or if you catch the replay, you'll have 24 hours or so, I don't know, to give me your information and mailing address so I can get this out to you, and if not, then I'll go on to the next person. So you're going to be wanting to watch. So thanks so much for watching. I know this was a long one. Be safe out there. Wear your masks. Till next time. Love you. Bye.